Look at that. I'm in the middle of nowhere and behind those trees. Do you see that? It's an ancient temple, but it looks like nothing I've ever seen. Locals claim that more than 2,000 years ago, something here didn't just break, it exploded like a bomb. It's been barricaded with this bamboo fence, but let's go in anyway. Where am I? I'm in Cambodia, in a very remote part. The roads are not even paved here. There's not a single soul around. But this sight is sending chills down my spine. Look at the state of this place. Something is very, very wrong. Look at the debris. It looks like a massive blast went off inside this chamber. All these heavy stone blocks haven't just fallen. They've been blown out of the doorway. Look at the scale of this structure. The walls must be 30 feet tall. Why would anyone build a 30-foot tall, single-story structure just to house a stone? Was this a temple, or was it some kind of an ancient laboratory? Was it used for high-energy experimentation? The stone blocks are completely blocking the main entrance. No one can get inside. These rocks are stacked like a mountain of rubble. Now, what's inside this? Wait, I can see something through the gap. Do you see that? What is that? A monolithic bomb? Inside, there is something absolutely crazy. It looks like a stone grenade. It is strapped with metal, almost like a grenade with a metal pin. But nobody can get in because of all these fallen rocks. But no, I'm not leaving. I'm going to try and climb this debris. I'm climbing. It's difficult. It feels impossible. One wrong move and these blocks might slide. But I cannot go back without touching the stone grenade. I'm pushing through and I'm finally going in. Look at this. What is it? Is this a lingam? It's placed on a structure that looks like a metal launcher frame. Only the top part is intact. The locals were right. It must have exploded. The base of the cylinder is completely destroyed, shattered into fragments, but the top remains and is now supported by this metal frame. Take a closer look at the stone. Something isn't right. This wasn't destroyed by a crowbar or a pickaxe. The surface is strange, pitted, scorched, and uneven. It truly looks like something near this lingam exploded. It looks like an explosion site. Why else is everything broken and strewn across the floor? We are told this is a temple, but look at the debris. Are we actually standing at the ground zero of a massive ancient detonation? What if a massive explosion once shook this place in ancient times? But how is that even possible? Believe it or not, explosions and bombs are mentioned in ancient Sanskrit texts, and ancient Hindu temples even show carvings of grenades. Look at this ancient statue. Is this a grenade? Why does it have a pin connected to it, just like a modern explosive device? How about this ancient carving? Is this a grenade? Believe it or not, explosive weaponry is repeatedly mentioned in ancient Sanskrit texts. They are known as Astras. Even nuclear explosions and the atom bomb are mentioned thousands of years ago in ancient texts. They're called Brahmastra. So, could a powerful astra have been actually unleashed here in ancient Cambodia? Why else did this temple explode? I mean, look around. Everything is broken and strewn across the floor. Look at the walls. These are neatly cut, cubical sandstone blocks stacked one on top of the other with no mortar, no joints, just precision stacking. And some of the stones here must have been blown off and fallen out. The remainder of the wall is here. On this side, you can see that the wall is not completely destroyed, but you can see the effect of the explosion. The authorities are fully aware of what happened here. Look at these massive steel beams. They've been forced to reinforce the structure just to keep this ancient crime scene from burying its secrets forever. Watch me, I'm reaching for the bomb. The energy of this lingam is staggering. It's a magical, primal connection that forces your eyes towards the heavens. It feels like I'm tapping into an ancient satellite. The surface doesn't feel like cold sandstone. It feels like I'm holding a charge. As I rub the stone, I can feel the frequency starting to rise. Something is reacting to my touch. As I tap on it, it feels like I'm tapping on snake's skin. Yes, it feels like the skin of a serpent. Listen to the vibration. The resonance here is staggering. My entire body is literally humming in sync with the stone. I'm getting as close as possible because the energy is hypnotic. Look at the size of the cylinder compared to a human being. It's massive. It's haunting. And from right here, the truth becomes impossible to ignore. This doesn't belong in a temple. This belongs on a launch pad. It's the perfect shape of a modern missile, carved in a time when missiles supposedly didn't exist. There's not a single soul around me. I told my crew to leave for some time so I could experience this alone. This place feels like heaven on earth. Ancient builders had created a megalithic marvel here, and they experimented with some explosive technology here. This is why they built a 30-foot wall around it, but never built a ceiling. Now, I've been referring to this as a lingam, but is this really a lingam? How can we be sure? I'm heading back out now to check if it's really a lingam. I know what you're thinking. How can I go out and check if it's a lingam? If the lingam and its remains are situated inside. Hold that thought. I'm going to decode this mystery for you in just a few seconds. As I walk around the side, do you see that? This is exactly what I'm looking for. It's not just the false doorway, and it's not just the projecting stone in the center. Look at the very middle of this protruding block. Is that a hole? Let me take my flashlight and shine it through the hole. You see that? The hole goes all the way to the inside of the temple. This is the smoking gun, the proof that this is the spout of the lingam. This is the channel for draining the water poured on top of the lingam. You see, all lingams have spouts to drain the water outside the main chamber. This confirms there was a lingam inside. It would have originally looked like this before it exploded. The drain on the outside itself is very intriguing. It's made of a single stone block. Look at the height. It is placed higher than me, projecting from the doorway. I'm shining my flashlight into the hole. Ignore the spider. This is fascinating. The spout isn't on a flat plane. It's coming from the top at a 45-degree angle. In mathematics, tan 45 is 1, a perfect ratio for flow. Notice the crack. The explosion has cracked the spout block, but it did not destroy it. Now, why is this tree so white? Look around. The trees in this area are yellowish, but this tree connected to the temple is so white. Why? Is it absorbing chemicals left over from ancient reactions inside the temple? As I walk to the back of the temple, I can see more rubble. This explosion did not happen 50 years ago. See this giant tree growing on top of the rubble? This tree is at least a century old. This explosion happened many centuries ago. On this side, again, you can see massive stone blocks strewn 10, 20 feet away from the structure. Everything here points to a powerful ancient blast. But as I look into the distance through the trees, do you see that? Another temple hidden? Does it contain more evidence of an ancient explosion? No, it's actually worse. From here, I can see the stones of that second site aren't just strewn. They have, in fact, exploded. What I've discovered at that second location is so controversial, so scientifically impossible, that I cannot show the raw footage here on the main channel. I'm running to the second ground zero right now to document what the world isn't supposed to see. I have just uploaded the full, uncut, and uncensored investigation of the second explosion site exclusively for my channel members. If you want to see the forbidden evidence of Astras, the ancient explosives, at the second temple, click the join button below right now and look for the Brahmastra secret video. I'm entering the second temple as we speak. I'll see the members on the other side. Let's go.